What's going on? It's your boy. It's me. You see me. I'm back. I got the book in my hand. Listen, marinate. You take some food, you put a marinade on it, you let it sit, you let it build up, you let the juices flow, then you put it in the oven, whatever you're going to do to it, and it starts to envelop that food. It starts to become part of that food. It starts to become the seasoning, the flavors. So when you take your time and you get it out the oven a little bit later, when you taste it, you be like, this here is the Lord's work. I don't know what they did, but this is the Lord's work. See, we don't take time no more. We too busy rushing. We too busy moving. We too busy thinking. We still busy moving and grooving, and we forget that we still have to take time for God. We have to take time for ourselves. We're so hustle and bustle. Somebody wants you to pull this way. Somebody wants you to pull that way. Somebody wants you to go left. Somebody wants you to go right. Stop. That's all I want y'all to do. Cut dry. This is real simple today. It's real simple. Stop. Don't worry about what nobody wants you to do, what you need to get done. If you have stuff with the kids, or you got things to do at work, or you have chores to take care of, stop. Take the next 30 minutes to yourself and marinate. Bask in what's been going on in your life. Rethink things. Figure out what do you have to do to, if you got to reinvent yourself, if you got to reinvent your situation, if you got to reconstruct your ideas. Go over the plans that you thought you were going to do and you haven't even started. Take them plans and start initializing them, start putting them into action. But take that time for you. You ever been finna walk through the door and somebody holds the door for and say you first? Today is about you. Today is you first. That's what it's all about. Don't get me wrong. People say, well, that's self-love and all that stuff. That's cool. And I hear that. But you still got to be considerate of others. But a lot of times the problem is we forget about us. We leave ourselves in the background so they can do what they want to do. We let them do what they want to do. We don't want that. We got to have some time for us. Have some time for you. Make time for you. That's the Lord's work when you make time for yourself. When you sit back and make time for what you're doing, what God is doing in your life, I'm telling you, it's like what you'll start to realize is that you'll start feeling better. You'll start feeling breathing easier. You feel like it's a breath of fresh air. For me, like I told you, I get up in the morning now. I got a road bike, so I get up and I ride for time. I leave there, I go work out. I come back, but I'm relaxed after that. But I got something that's worshiping Him in my ears, put me in a better place. So what I do, I'm learning is, He said, be thankful in everything. So when I'm doing little stuff, I'm learning to be more thankful. When I'm doing big stuff, I'm learning to be more thankful. Even when I'm disobedient, I'm still learning to be thankful because you know what? There's also a lesson in your disobedience. Perfect example. I'm leaving work today, right? Mashana and I said, go on up Hampton, boy, go up Hampton. Me being who I am, I said, no, I'm going to go the way I normally go. Now, Mashana not told me. That mean God was letting me know. He's directing my path. He said he'd be a light unto my feet and a lamp unto my path. And I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I tell the truth. I wasn't listening. I went the route I normally go. So when I was getting towards Capitol, I can't even go up the route to go to my house. I got to go veer all the way out the way. But had I listened, and heard what he was saying, see, I wasn't listening. See, when I sit back and hear what he's saying, because I've had a lot of times in my shot and I'm like, don't go that way, go this way this morning. And I go and get to work or do whatever. Somebody like, man, you know there's an accident over here? Do you know the life was out over here? Do you know this or that happened over there? Because that's what obedience does. God allows you to hear things. Because when you let Him marinate, y'all weren't ready for that. When He let Him marinate His spirit inside of yours and take control, man, you realize, like Pastor was talking about Sunday, said, we're not under law, we're under grace. But that don't mean that you keep sinning, you keep doing wrong. What it is, we've been so accustomed, let me repeat. We're so accustomed to doing what we want to do, we don't let His word sink in. Lashana like, let that sink in. See, that's all I'm trying to tell y'all today. Everything that He's doing, everything He's showing you, let that sink in. Let His spirit sink in. Let His love sink in. Let His presence sink in. Let that sink in. Listen, it's your boy, and all I want y'all to do today is let that sink in. Peace.